It broke the tires loose. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Are you serious? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we're back with something that I think I stole and I think we can fix. That's right, it's broken. I bought it from ACV Auctions. Let's take a look. I'd like to introduce you to my 2008 BMW 335i. This is my twin-turbo stock 300 horsepower, but this one is not stock. You're not going to believe what I won it for. I got it from ACV Auctions for $3,500. $3,500. Beautiful, nice set of Kumo Exta tires. These things are in excellent shape. I'll give you a closer look back here. Backs are 255/35 18s. Absolutely beautiful tires. The paint and body look to be in relatively good shape as well. She's got a nice carbon fiber spoiler on the back. Could be plastic? Probably plastic. We're going to pretend it's carbon fiber, though. Exhaust, let's just say that's not stock either. M Works. I don't know. Who is that? I have no idea. Probably some super famous Euro company that does a lot of work on these cars. What's interesting is I ran the Carfax before I bid on this, and it's had a lot of work done. The whole PCV system was recently done on the car. The entire cooling system has been done on the car. Not just that, valve cover gasket was just replaced, as well as the oil pan gasket as well. You might be able to see it's got a couple of aftermarket filters there. And if you hear the engine doing strange things, you're probably wondering, what in God's name is this thing doing? Well, as I said, it recently had an entire cooling system done on it, and something went terribly, catastrophically wrong. We've got an aftermarket charge pipe here going up to the intake. As I said, the filters, you can see this T-I-A-L, teal? I don't know. It's an aftermarket massive blow-off valve. That thing is huge. So, suffice it to say, she's not stock. Downpipes, yeah, those aren't catted. That's aftermarket as well. She's supposed to be a bit of a beast, and I got started working on it without you. So if you're wondering what's wrong, if you're wondering what the car is doing, I'll explain it to you right now. I ended up breaking out the Autel Maxi Sys Elite. This car has 98,000 miles on the odometer, and we have a problem with the coolant pump. Now, this engine is very, very bizarre. Instead of having a traditional water pump that is pumped by a serpentine belt, this is all electric. It is all electric. There is no belt-driven pump on this car. The water pump actually sits down at the bottom of the engine and way up there with the thermostat housing sitting right next to it. Well, from what I've been able to tell, this was recently done. So why is it that after the car was running for a few minutes, I got a notification that the engine temperature was too hot? Well, something is either wrong with the water pump, or somebody forgot to do something, and all we can do now is cross our fingers and hope that it's not too late to salvage this engine. Now, I did start working on it and diagnosing it without you guys, and I do apologize. I wasn't even going to film this, but then I thought, man, I don't want you guys to miss out on this, because if we fix this for literally a couple gallons of coolant, this is going to be an insane deal for $3,500, okay? So here we've got our genuine BMW antifreeze coolant. You see I'm using the right stuff. The blue stuff is what it calls for. Well, after noticing that the car's temperature was getting too hot, I shut it down immediately, obviously, and after it cooled off, I popped the cap. Lo and behold, it was over a gallon low on coolant. How did that happen? I don't know, but there is a specific bleed procedure for this car that you have to do. You can't just replace the water pump and thermostat, throw some coolant in it, and expect to go down the road and be good. There is a very specific bleeding procedure for this car. Number 1, turn the ignition onto the accessory position. Number 2, turn the headlights on low beam to prevent the car from falling asleep. Number 3, turn both passenger and driver's side climate controls to maximum. Number 4, turn the fan speed on minimum with the fans still running. Next, hold the gas pedal down for 10 seconds. And once you do that, the water pump begins doing a cycle, circulating coolant through the system and bleeding air out at the same time. So I'm thinking maybe, possibly, the last place simply didn't do the bleed procedure correctly, and maybe that's why I got this car for so cheap. Maybe someone thought that it was done for, it was toast, and maybe it's actually okay. You can see this oil cap. Oh, this is also replaced. This is new as well. They basically replaced everything that could be leaking oil because it had a very severe oil leak in the past, and there's still a lot of oil residue under the hood that needs to be cleaned up. I also want to get this car in the air since it's on the lift. I think that water pump is done cycling. We can go ahead and get this up. I want to take a look underneath it and see if it's actively pouring out any oil because this car was running and it has been sitting here for about 4 days. So if she's leaking oil, we should definitely see it. All right, the bleed procedure is complete. Let's fire it up. There should be no lights on the dash, and there's not. Perfect, other than a light bulb being out. She's a little on the loud side, just a little bit loud. Oh, nice. She comes with some chrome trim, chrome kidney grills, probably the old ones that they replaced with these. Some floor mats, that's nice. Oh, she's also out of gas. That's nice too. Now, if you come over to this side of the engine, the business side of everything, well, I don't see any smoke. Air conditioning, I think, is on. Maybe not. It actually sounds great up here. That's another interesting thing about this car is it was listed, it was sold as possible engine problem, engine ticking / tapping noise. The only thing I hear up here are the fuel injectors. She sounds fine to me. Good pressure on the cooling system, that's good. That means we don't have any catastrophic leaks. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and lower this hood, and we are gonna go ahead and lift this thing up in the air. We'll go ahead and shut it off. It's had a couple minutes to run. We do need to put some gas in it. I don't want to die of carbon monoxide poisoning, so I'm gonna move these out of the way. We're gonna get this car up in the air. Let's take a look underneath and see if there's anything concerning that we need to be worried about. All right, let's take a look. Ooh. Wow. Yeah. Okay, well, this is very interesting. Changing that oil pan gasket must have been a bear. I mean, honestly, that had to be a huge, huge pain in the back. There is a lot of oil under here. Everything is just saturated in oil. Now, there's a little bit of antifreeze there, and if you look on the ground, there's a little bit down there too. That's me. I spilled that, so I'll take responsibility for that. There's your new downpipes right there. Those bad boys are beautiful. Oxygen sensors. We've got more oil right there. Some more down the bottom side of this transmission. Oh no. Really? That's how you did it. You went with some universal clamp. Okay. All right. Then we've got the stock resonator, I suppose is what that is. There should be mufflers back here. Those have been cut out. Muffler delete. That's part of why she's so daggum loud. Fuel tank, honestly, it doesn't look that bad. I am concerned with all the oil all over the bottom side of this. Is it possible that they changed all of the parts that were broken, the oil pan gasket, valve cover gasket, and they didn't clean it up? I find that to be very unlikely. This thing's got a lot of oil under it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab some cans of carb and brake cleaner, and I'm going to start cleaning up the underside of this, and then we can take her for a spin, and we will see how she's doing after we get back. If it's still got oil all over the place, then we know we have an active leak coming from somewhere, and if not, then it's just a residual oil that was never cleaned up by the last shop. All right, we got to air this place out a little bit. I'm suffocating from 3 cans of carburetor cleaner. I know you've seen this 2006 Porsche Cayman S, and I'm here to tell you, yes, the video's coming out. It's coming. This is one I'm probably going to take a gnarly little hit on, though. I didn't pay much for it, though. I didn't get it nearly as cheap as I got this 3 Series for the E90. But this is a 6-speed, and it is a 2006 Cayman S with under 100,000 miles on it as well. I bought it knowing that there was probably something wrong with it, and I think there probably is. So sometimes you get lucky, and sometimes you don't. That's just the way it goes, but no risk, no reward. Let's fire this thing up. There should be no warning lights on the dash other than fuel, clock, I guess. I hate the stupid accept this warning thing. Does it have air conditioning? I'm gonna crank on the AC. Let's turn it on auto. Let's turn it right back off of auto. Okay, low fuel. Oh, she's got air conditioning. Not a bad iDrive system there. Pretty clean little car, and I did find something in the glove box that might give you a heads up as to what this car is working with. Gonna say again, not stock. All right, let's take her for a quick run, and let's cross our fingers that we don't have a warning that comes back on about an overheating condition. Here we go. First drive. Oh, wow. Oh, you get up around 3,000 RPMs, and the old girl starts moving. I kind of want to smash on it, but at the same time, I'm kind of afraid to. I'm afraid it's going to blow up. $3,500 for an under 100,000 mile twin turbo with a tune, bolt-ons. This thing could be pushing anywhere from 400 to 500 horsepower out of a rear-wheel drive, little bitty, teeny tiny automatic sedan. I'm a little leery. I want to punch it, but I know it's not warmed up yet. So why don't we give her just a moment to warm up? I'm going to drive it a little bit, get the fluids circulating, stretch her legs, and then I'm going to bring her back. And, you know, maybe we'll do a pull or two just to see how she's reacting. So here's what I've decided to do. She seems to run great. Oh, wait a minute. Engine malfunction. Engine operating at reduced output. Possible blah, blah, blah. Drive with caution. Oh. Well, that's lovely. And then we have the reduced power engine light on. Well, that's great. I can't wait to find out what that's. It was running perfect. It was running perfect. We have 19 miles of range left. I'm trying to get to a gas station so we can put some fuel in her. And she doesn't seem to be too happy about it. Now, I'll be honest with you. I'm going almost 70 miles an hour. I'm not smashing on it or anything, but it feels all right. It'll get you there. We're going to have to run those codes and see what happened. Well, we made it to the gas station, and we've got a full tank of fuel. We don't seem to be having any overheating issues. I ran the codes, and I'll tell you what I got. I got an overboost condition. Now, This has a custom tune. I was able to pull up the tune. It's an MHD, and it is a, I believe it was a stage 2 tune for upgraded front mount intercooler and downpipes. So what I noticed is driving it normally not an issue, but as soon as I gave it some throttle, boy, she went into limp home mode. Now, even in limp mode, it still had plenty of get up and go. There was no issue getting down the road with it. But I do wonder why we would have an overboost condition. Could it be something to do with one of the solenoids? Let's give it a little bit of throttle. Oh, wow. Wow. Guys, I know most of you watching this are probably thinking, a 3 Series. Well, I'm not even getting on the old girl, man, and I'm telling you, she's got some power. It is set up with a 93 octane tune. The problem with that is all we have out here is 87, so we're nowhere near where we should be. I'll be listening out for spark knock. Let's give her a little throttle. Oh my. Wow! Holy shit, kebabs. Woo! Ho ho! Okay. Okay. That was something. Jeez. Oh man. You guys probably can't hear it, but that blow-off valve, man, you can hear that. Shh, shh, shh. Oh, it's sexy. It's sexy. I'm surprised with no catalytic converters, basically just an open exhaust system with the exception of the that one little piece down there, I forgot what it's called, the resonator. The exception of the resonator, it's not loud. That resonator must be phenomenal. I think it would sound a lot better with some aftermarket exhaust though, truthfully. Something much better. We've got the downpipes already done. That's a bear from what I've heard. I've watched videos about the downpipes, and it doesn't look like it's a whole lot of fun. I watched Sam Crack go through the process of trying to do his. Now his is an XI, and that is a whole lot less fun than this. So when I started looking for a 335, I specifically looked for a 2-wheel drive model, a rear-wheel drive model. Now, I'm going to go ahead and launch this thing here in just a second. Once I find me a little safe spot, we'll come back and we'll see if we can break those rear tires loose just a little bit. I'll leave traction control on. I think it's time to have a little bit of fun. Okay, I don't know if you can hear this, but listen very carefully. Do it again. Well, let me slow down because this person's going like 30 in a 55. All right, ready? Let's try it again. Do you hear that? Woo-hoo! Let's see if the window down makes it any better. Oh man, that blow-off valve is wicked. Love the sound of that thing. I'm still trying to get to a spot where we can do a quick pull. Then we're going to take it back, put it on the lift. We'll see if we got any oil leaks, any coolant leaks. One thing that I'm very happy about is that we are not overheating. I don't know if the shop that had just done the cooling system failed to bleed it properly. That would be my guess. But she's not overheating. No low coolant warnings. She's got a full tank of some crappy 10% ethanol, 87 octane gasoline. She seems to be doing all right, but I'd like to get one good solid pull in before we call this an achievement. She sounds good, guys. Like, all right. Oh, easy. Boy, she lets those back tires loose quick. I've got it in sport mode. Let's see what happens. Whoa. Oh. Oh my. Engine malfunction. There it is. Oh. There it is. Yeah. Damn. I don't know. It went away. Never mind. It went away. It broke the tires loose. Are you kidding me? We were going like 45 and it broke the tires loose. All right, obviously she's having a little bit of an overboost problem. I'm going to bet money that's exactly what that light is on for. Guaranteed that is an overboost condition yet again. You hear that? Do you hear that? Listen to this. Oh man. Wow. She does a snap, crackle, pop. All right. All right. She does, man. She does that. Bop, 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 bop. Oh! Whoa! Okay. We'll have to, we'll rev it up in the shop. See what it sounds like in there. You guys, if you have any clue what could be causing this overboost condition, boy, whose place is that with all them cars? Oh yeah, that's mine. That's mine. We got the M5 out today. Drove the M5 out here. I'm going to tell you, I think this thing, the M5 would still stomp this without a doubt. But I believe wholeheartedly that I think this thing could give the M5 a run for its money. Not beat it, but a run for its money. Let's see how this thing sounds. All right, well, let's see what she sounds like. Oh my God. Are you serious? Oh man. Oh. Whew. Well, if she's dumping oil out from under the hood, I sure don't see it or smell it. I think we're gonna go ahead and shut it off. Let's run those codes again, and let's find out what she's complaining about right now. My God, man, my God, this thing is terrifying. All right, well, honestly, not bad. We've got 3 codes from the engine, and that's what we're going to be interested in seeing right now. We know there's going to be an overboost condition. I'm just hoping it can point us towards the right direction. Fault codes absent. Turbocharger boost too high. Boost pressure control deactivation. Intake air temperature sensor as well. So an overboost condition. Now we can find out about this freeze frame data by clicking the freeze frame right there. It should give us a little more information. Let's see, it says pressure upstream of throttle valve 209. Ambient temperature was 87 degrees. The mileage was 98,000. PO2 34. The speed was 4,736 RPMs. One time. Frequency 1. Huh. 209 M bar. I have no idea what that translates into. I really don't. You can click on the question mark. Overboost condition. It says voltage and onboard system is greater than or equal to 10 volts. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that doesn't help me any, but it does not require a malfunction indicator lamp to be on. So, I wonder what could be causing an overboost condition. If you guys have any clues, definitely drop a comment down below. I would be happy to hear you. I do wonder, there are two solenoids right here. It's hard to see, but there's one for each turbo. And these are notorious for going bad. I do wonder if it's possible if we have a bad solenoid over here. One of the solenoids could be bad, causing an overboost condition. That's something I'm going to have to do a little bit more Googling on. Here's what we're going to do right now. They're going to get her up in the air. Let's look under it and see if we have any profusely leaking oil anywhere. That'll tell us if we still have an active oil leak or if that was just left over. Maybe the prior mechanic shop just didn't do a good job. I have no idea. Like, I don't know their reputation. I know nothing about them, so I'm not saying it's their fault. I am just kind of curious, though, like why the whole underside of the car was covered in oil, why it seemed like the car didn't have any coolant in it after doing a cooling system service on this thing. It does have the newer pump, so I verified that myself. The newer water pump is installed. But something just seems very off with this. It runs great. It drives down the road absolutely great. Power, plentiful. It seems like a great car. I just can't understand why we got it for $3,500. To me, that is absolutely insane. All right. Let's, that blinded me. Start from the back and work our way forward. You guys tell me if you see anything concerning, because I don't. She looks good. She looks good. There's still a few little drops from earlier that I didn't get cleaned up, but overall, she looks all right. Now, why that overboost condition is popping up, I don't know. Could it have something to do with the tune? Yeah, absolutely. Could it have something to do with me using the wrong grade of fuel? Probably not, but maybe. I don't know. You guys drop those comments down below and tell me what your thoughts are on an overboost condition on this car. Personally, I think it's a lot of fun. The car pulls really, really hard, like insane. I'm shocked. The exhaust, while most of you probably won't like the snap, crackle, and pop of the exhaust on this car, I love it. The sound of the blow-off valve, I absolutely love that as well. This is one I'm thinking, for $3,500, should I just keep it and play with it, or should I send it down the road? Because I'm willing to bet there's money on the table here. I'm willing to bet you there is money on the table here with a tune, the aftermarket parts, good tires, running and driving with cold air. Yeah, I think there's some money left on the table here. Now stay tuned for the Porsche, or Porsche, however you like to say it, doesn't matter to me. The Cayman S, this one I think we're going to have some problems out of, guys. I got a bad feeling about this. I got it relatively cheap, but again, I didn't get it nearly as cheap as I got the 335. This was a great risk, and honestly, I drove it probably about 20 miles today. No overheating, no more problems aside from an overboost condition, which if you keep that little dongle installed that has all the tunes on it, you can wipe those codes out and go right back to playing with it, or you can do like I do, just turn the car off, turn it right back on, and it's good as new. BMWs are great like that. So are Mercedes, all the European cars. You just shut them off, turn them back on, and it's like all the problems went away. It's a pretty clean car, guys. I like it. Tell me what you think. For $3,500, did I get a win, or do you think it's a lose? Well, I went ahead and cleared the codes, and I did a little research online to look for that overboost issue, and it seems like most people have resolved the issue by replacing one or both of the boost solenoids that I pointed out earlier. Now, it wouldn't hurt to put some 91 or some 93 octane in this. Obviously, I don't have a subscription to this DME place. I'm gonna have to look into that as well. But honestly, I feel like for $3,500, the best thing to do with this is probably clean it up and send it down the road and try to make some money out of it. So I think what I'm probably gonna do, I think I'm just gonna clean this thing up and send her down to Copart, man. For $3,500, I don't really need to do anything to it. Just a good wash, Some tire shine probably wouldn't hurt. I won't do the tire shine, I promise. But we'll definitely get her cleaned up, and I think we'll send her down the road. One of the next videos, we're going to get into the Porsche Cayman S. We'll see what happens to this. Don't worry. I think the BMW M5 is probably going to be the next one on the channel. We'll see what happens, guys. I'm going to get out of here. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to watch these videos. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't currently subscribed, and hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed today's content. Stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.